What are some of the challenges in adapting to the MSI meta, and how has Reignover coaching remotely changed the team's approach to these challenges?
I mean, the challenges within MSI is just the same as playing a new meta. We just have to figure out prios and what comp beats what champion beats what. So it just takes a while, and because of COVID and like us, like sort of like being in Europe and America during the off season, which is like very important to us because of like we don't want to get burned out for worlds too. Yeah, it just sort of made things a little bit hard, and first week was just rough. Like, and we didn't have the best read on what worked for us and so on. So it's been a process, but yeah, I'm just happy that we managed to pull through this second week and that we have like a shot at the Rumble stage.
You mentioned struggling early during this group stage. So, how did you turn around that momentum, and what match was toughest for you?
Um, well, I think all of the matches were tough in one way or another. The the thing we just did was just self-reflect on what works for us and what other teams have been doing too, and just sort of like gather all of the information and keep an open mind and just yeah, just figure out a plan that we we can agree upon and that we want to push for this week, and that's what we did. Turned out good.
Were there any specific mindset changes you guys had to go through to have a more successful run in the second half?
Um, No, I mean we're just figuring out the early game. I mean, we've been working hard with the players. Vega and Rangover are basically coaching remotely. There's not really much of a change except that he's not on stage, like drafting and being like leading the drafts and so on. But I mean, overall, we're trying to do what we can, right? And I mean, I think we've been doing a good job so far, and we're getting better at like just talking and synergizing about what we want to do early. So yeah, things are slowly coming together, I'd say.
In the last MSI, North America managed to reach finals. And although that was 2 years ago, how do you see your chances this year on achieving that for North America?
I think we should just take things one step at a time. That's what we've been doing for this stage, and that's what we want to do for the next one. I don't really, yeah, I don't think it's very healthy to start like looking so much into the future, and we should just focus on our next match.
This year, Jose Diodo and Newbie came to the LCS. How do you see the level of Latam teams, and do you consider that more players of this region can one day join the LCS?
Well, I think players of any region can join the LCS, and the Latin America community sort of shares our server in America. It sucks for them because they have to play with high ping, but like if they're able to sort of like show their skills with that disadvantage, then just like yeah, then they're gonna come to NA and they're gonna show up, right? Like Jose Diodo did. So I mean, I'm just super happy for me being also Spanish speaking. You know, I'm just super happy that this happens, and I'd be more excited if more of the players came over. So yeah.
Which team do you think will win this MSI?
Cloud9.
And which team are you looking forward to playing against in Worlds 2021?
Uh, I don't actually care. That's a good question. I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't really have like the, oh, I want to play against Fnatic or oh, I want to play against G2. I actually don't care. I don't know. It's weird.
All right, we have some time to answer questions from the room, so please use the Zoom hand raise feature under reactions. We have Shay from GameZoo.
Hi, do you think the previous synergy between Perks and Sven has helped Cloud9 in any ways?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's probably easier for them to talk to each other and figure things out. It's still a few years gone by, and I think the most important is the mutual respect that they have for each other and the trust that they can achieve great things together. I think that's what really pulls uh, players through tough times. So I think they've got that because I mean, they've won things already together. So yeah, there's that.
Thank you.
Declan from Upcomer.
You mentioned early game changes and getting on the same page in that phase. What specifically did you guys need to work on in the days between this phase?
I mean, it's just overall having better plans out of early and being able to build consistent leads or getting a consistent crab, honestly. I mean, just like and everything that has to do with the early game, like how we ward, like where we ward and how we track enemy jungler and what sort of set plays we can bring into the equation, and just learning from the other teams who are doing a very good job at that, and how they manage their waves and what they do with them, and just learn with like with the experience of getting getting shit on. Honestly, like there's not much to it. We are like we have a different type of competition in America, and there are some things that I think we actually do quite well. But there's some things that are just like we're a bit lackluster on, and coming here and being able to experience teams that do that very well is an enlightening situation for us, and we just try to get as much as we can from them.
Pedro from GameZoo.
Hello, congratulations on advancing to the Rumble stage, Mithy.
Thank you.
Having advanced to the Rumble stage under this new format instituted by Riot, what do you think of it? Is this beneficial for the teams in the lower regions or everyone altogether?
Well, I'm not a fan of best of ones. I've never been. I understand it's good for viewership, but I don't think they represent League of Legends as a whole. But I mean, it makes for exciting games, right? So there's that. I can't really argue with that. I personally think that this is the best way in terms of a group stage, and like how we can include the other minor regions, because the level of league all over the world is getting like the gap is getting tighter and tighter in terms of like individual skill and just game understanding mostly. So I think this is a great step in the right direction, and I'd hope to see more of these, like maybe having international like events or something like that. I mean, national events, something like that. All of this is great, right? But yeah, I just don't like the best of one system for League of Legends. That's just what it is, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have time for one or two more questions if anyone else wants to use the Zoom hand raise feature under Reactions tab. Andre, GG Recon.
You guys obviously had a poor start to the tournament, and then later turned it around. How was the team's mentality and general atmosphere after the first couple of days of the MSI tournament?
Well, we were very happy to win our last game, because otherwise it would have been pretty scuffed. But I mean, generally speaking, we didn't really have like a good read on the meta. I was very frustrated too, because I just didn't feel like if I was playing instead of them, I'd feel the same way. Like just the games were just hard to play from draft also, and just general team synergy. So it was just like, just had to take some time to self-reflect, be open-minded, look at what other teams are doing, and try to learn from them as much and theory craft as much as possible. The mood overall was good. I mean, we're just taking always things one step at a time, right? And I mean, we take one game after the other, and I don't think anyone's like very like upset about the situation. It's just what it is, and we just come here to do the job, and it's this is the job. Like we just have to win. Like we go into every game with the winning mindset, regardless of what happened the day or the game before.
Thank you.
And final question, Declan from Upcomer.
How is Blabber taking the international stage in his first event as a starter? From the outside, it looks like there's a little extra pressure on him. Is that the same sentiment in the team, or is it pretty much the same?
I mean, I think his first few days he struggled. Like he sort of got like a bit unlucky, but also we got like double crabbed by Damwon into. It was just a rough game, and then the second game he felt like he had a trauma that he's gonna get double crabbed again, and then he just like suicided, basically. He just ran it down, and then ever since then, I mean, I think he's been feeling pretty comfortable, and I think he had a very good Morgana showing against Damwon today, and against DFM, and just overall, I mean, he's been playing pretty good. This last game, I honestly don't know what he was thinking or what he was doing, but after he like into the first two times, he was actually having like super sick rumble ults, and he was doing all right. So I just think he just sort of needs to get a little bit comfortable, which he is already. I think maybe he's a bit too comfortable, and I think when the stakes are a bit higher, and when we start, playing the Rumble stage, I'm sure he's going to do more than well.
Okay, and that's all of our time. Thank you so much, Mithy.
Yep, thank you.